Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Rome 2 Emperor Edition here today on the channel. We're back on Divide et Impera. We're playing as the Roman Republic. This is episode 8. In today's episode, we're going to be declaring war upon Carthage, starting, what is this now, the 5th or 6th Punic War? And we're also going to be declaring war upon Gala and the Gauls. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on, let me know in the comments feedback and suggestions for the series, and we'd like me to expand and conquer. We're still under the dual consulship of Quintus Aemilianus Pappus and Medullinus Fullo, who has been... The consulship's been a solid and stable force in Rome and for the House of Aemilianus for decades now, I guess. We currently occupy most of Africa, Italy, Massalia, and we're going to be opening up more fronts here today. So, we have 3 legions down in Africa with Quintus Aemilianus, along with his son Mark Antony. Up in the north, we have Fullo, and we also have Quintus's second son, Gaius Vespasian. He's going to be pushing north, and Spurus, Silo will eventually come of age, and we've also got Pollio coming as well. So the House of Aemilianus is still strong. So we have 3 legions up near Tolosa. I have some spies looking around here. Now, Gala, the thing is, right, that's their only territory. For some reason, the Averni, unlike in my Gaulish campaign, they have yet to really secure most of Gaul. And they're actually battling a lot of factions here. So, we're going to work around the Bertigalan Confederation and declare war upon them. So, we'll negotiate with Carthage. Maybe they'll give me a payment, or maybe a non-aggression payment. Because then I can focus on someone else. No, I just don't trust Carthage. So, for a payment... They've rejected. Oh, well, we might have to go to another political power. Or they might... No, yeah, we're going to have to, because they're not going to accept anything. So they're still at war with... some Iberian Confederation here. So, depending on how things go, we're probably going to be pushing into Iberia as well. Unless we get pulled into a full-on Gaulish war. So we're at war with Gala now. They've only got 1 army in operation. There's some Iberians pushing north, and also some Carthaginians here on the border. But let me know in the comments, tips and tricks, feedback and suggestions for the series. So Gaius' second son, Vespasian's pushing up here. Then we have Decimus Dento helping out as well. The battle for Gala is actually a tough kind of siege. So can I get you all up here? Because we might just auto-resolve this one out. Because we want to try and unite the province. We're probably going to go to war with the Averni, which is exciting. But we'll just have to see how they go. Because they are currently at war with a lot of people. And they've been smashed and brutalized a lot in this series. Gala has fallen to the Romans. And we'll be able to finish off them here today. Yeah, because they only had 1 territory, they had 1 army. Yet Massalia had 3, but had like 5 armies in the last episode, which is crazy. So we'll break down, replenish, and repair where we can. And we've taken our first piece of territory towards Gaul. We occupy now the modern-day city of Bordeaux in Aquitania. We're going to push up to Nemo and Lemo very shortly. And take out the Arverno. In the Arvo. Okay, guys, welcome to the top of the turn. It's autumn 253 BC. We are struggling financial-wise. We're sort of inflating our economy, and it's mostly based on conquest. My empire maintenance is quite high at the moment, because I haven't actually had to deal with this many provinces this early on in a campaign for quite some time. I usually wrap things up about now before empire maintenance isn't a thing. So I am focusing on getting better quality tech. I'm going to get those aqueducts. I'm actually focusing on getting a reduction in empire maintenance. That's basically what the thing is. As we take more territory, we're actually losing money due to empire maintenance. So we're trying to work around to go to war with the Averni here. Yeah, so the Nervii, the Belgian sort of... like, there's a Gaelic civil war going on. And the Averni can't stake a claim. Like, they are just getting smashed in this series. They should be so much better. So we're at war with them now. There's not an army in their capital. Are you kidding me? And not one there as well. We're going to be able to secure the province without even breaking a sweat. So we'll send Medulinus Aemilianus Fullo, the consul. Look how much of a fantastic commander he is. He's going to be able to single-handedly secure the Gallic capital and the gold mine. Fullo has taken the heart of Gaul. Okay, we'll send up Decimus Dento eventually to the border here to push over. We are in autumn, so we've got to watch out for winter coming soon as well. We shall replenish and repair where we can. So we still have 3 legions in operation. Gannicus Vespasian can push back to defend Tolosa. So, depending on how the Gauls react, we probably have to go to north and fight them, or we might be able to open up another front in Iberia. We've still got to open up that Carthaginian front now as well. Okay, so we're currently sieging out Lemo here, and it looks like the other barbarian tribe, the Namates or whatever they're called, they're pushing 2 armies down. Oh, there's the Gaulish army. Man, oh man, it's kind of a shame how poor they're performing. Okay, guys, so after the conquest of Gaul, I'm going to send Varus, Mark Antony, and Quintus down south. We've also got another army here. For some reason, there's a Carthaginian army lurking in Sardinia and Corsica. So I've skipped a little bit ahead. We've managed to replenish and repair. We're not at war with the Arverni anymore. They actually managed to peace out with us because they're still fighting their Gallic civil war. So we're going to negotiate with the Iberians here, the Celt-Iberians, to go to war with Carthage, and we're going to be opening up a war on their multiple fronts. They still have territory in Iberia and in North Africa as well. So we're focusing the entire Roman army against them. So we're going to send Fullo here, who is replenished and repaired with a full legion. We're going to be pushing in northern Spain. We've got Decimus Dento and Gannicus Vespasian moving across, and Polo along with that's Spurus, so that's Quintus's 3rd son. So the way I want to play this campaign is that all of the men of House of Milianus will serve in military service, an active duty, and that's where the influence and gravitas is going to come from. So we've still got Decimus Dento. There's even a couple of ones that aren't of the House of Milianus. So we'll eventually, like same with Varus here, we'll eventually phase them out eventually. But we've taken another settlement in Africa. Heyo! Gaius Marian is in the house. Massive changes caused the enormous expansion of the Republic. It brought about sort of a tipping point. So we have Marian military reforms now. About turn 40, you can hit it in the plebeian. But now we're what, 60, 80 turns into the Let's Play. We've also hit the Imperium ranking. We have Marian reforms in 251 BC. So let's have a look at them here. So our Principes get upgraded, and our Equites to Marian legionary cavalry. That's what Equites go into, and our Principes go into Marian legionary. So although I've been calling them legions and legionaries, or I've been calling them legions rather, we actually have legionaries. There's also a bunch of family members that I can bring up here as well. Now, interestingly enough, in DEI, believe it or not, you can get governors. Now, you might not think of like, oh, hang on, man, how is there a political officers or like governor tree, not like Attila? Well, basically how governors work is, as long as you don't recruit any units in an army, they act as governors. So that's what we're going to do. We'll get a couple of those in. So now we have access to legionaries. We've also got an upgraded vilites as well. So the Marian forms have come in. Okay, finally, I have researched that aqueduct tech. I probably should have done it quite a long time ago, but to be honest, we only really need it now anyway, because I need to convert religiously a lot of these territories to the Latin culture. But now with aqueducts and focusing on empire maintenance, we can really bring it down, because it got to 90%, which is quite bad. We let it sort of run away from us a bit. We do need to watch out for our slave growth as well. Okay, so we'll allow Polo here to run down those Carthaginians that are fortified in the north. I don't know why they were there for so long. I guess we haven't had a war with Carthage for quite some time. A defensive war, it's mostly aggressive. So, the Punic Wars, episode 8, 80 turns into the Let's Play. They're a lot harder to take out than you think. Their empire is quite massive in DEI, and they usually perform quite well. Fortunately, kind of unfortunately for me, they were never really tested against the Celtiberians and have sort of allied up with most of them after losing most of North Africa. So we've defeated the army and liberated Sardinia from that army repression. Okay, welcome to the top of the turn, winter 250 BC. We're going to be pushing further westward towards Siga and also Tingis. Quintus Aemilianus Pappus is well into his 60s and 70s now. Hopefully there isn't too much of a power vacuum once he dies, but there is a succession plan in place. Medulinus is the heir and the sort of leading official of the house. He will be the faction leader, and I'll nominate Mark Antony, because he's just naturally going to have the more gravitas, but I guess depending, it might change succession-wise. Whoever's the best will have the position. Varus now has been sent to Tingis, and it really just looks like the Carthaginians are just consolidating in Iberia, and we're going to be able to take the crucial port city of Tingis. Modern-day Morocco will be occupied by the Romans. I do fear and worry about the Numantians and barbarians to the south. Okay guys, so it's summer 249. We still have 3 legions in the south. This is basically how the War of Carthage is sitting like. We have territory in North Africa and in Iberia. So we are currently at war with the Carthaginians still. We have an Averni rebellion we can deal with. So they have 1 stack here. They have 3 in the heart of Iberia. So they're just sort of sitting back a bit. And they've got another one here. So we are kind of outnumbered. We have 2 armies in operation here. So we're going to redeclare war upon them. No, not redeclare war. So we'll try and sue for peace with them. So I misspoke. We've still got rebellions and stuff to deal with in the north. Maybe we should go to war with these guys. They're military allies with Carthage, though. Look, you know what? I think I'm going to open up another front. Let's negotiate with the Lusitani, because we actually quite like them. I don't want to declare war upon them. Let's go to war with the Celtiberians, I think. Can I get some money? Oh, I might actually get a bit. Because we're slowly but surely progressing against the Carthaginians where we can. We've kicked them out of Africa. They only lie in Iberia now. Because we've got Gannicus Vespasian here, and Fullo just sort of sitting back. So we'll hit this army on the border here. Yeah, because then we've got even though we don't have the entire province, we've got territory down there. So that's actually, yeah, let's fight this one with Gannicus Vespasian. And we'll have a look at the Marian Reform Legionaries for the first time. Okay, let's do a quick save and a hard save, and fight the Celtiberians for the first time in the series. So the Celtiberian-Roman War has just kicked off. Let's fight this one upon the battlefield. Yeah, so what a crazy episode. I thought we'd be fighting Gauls and Carthaginians. It's actually going to be a Celtiberian fight. So we have the Battle of Numantia in 259 BC. This is the first time showing off the Marian Reform army, and I'm still going to invoke the sort of triple axis formation. Maybe I need to develop and evolve and go sort of down the more legionary approach, potentially. Maybe getting some less cavalry might do. So let's move our legionaries in, and we've also, the Triarii have actually been converted to veteran legionaries as well. We have 5 units of slingers still. They're gold chevron, so they're actually quite fantastic. 4 units of legionary cavalry, and we've also got the ballista. So let's form up here. We're fighting the Celtiberians in the open field. Similar to barbarians, they have some really high damage output swordsmen and some of the best iron forging in antiquity. So let's form a front line here. We currently have, what is that, 7 very heavy legionaries, which have now changed. They're actually heavy infantry now properly. We've also got 2 units of veteran legionaries, which can sit in the rear and deal with any cavalry that comes up. 5 slingers will do just fine as well. They also have their own disciplined peeler and stuff. Now, is my mouse bugging up here? Because I'm trying to left click drag stuff, but it's like shooting all over the place. Maybe just doing it manually might work. Yep, so let's move the legionary here, and we'll all form up into disciplined formation, which has already been invoked. So we'll still go with that axis formation. I'll allow my skirmishers to go on skirmish mode. Try and match. Yeah, why is that bugging out? It's sometimes what? I haven't hit a macro or something. Why is my keyboard going funny? Sometimes it's actually easy to deploy because there's sometimes like undeployable zones and stuff. We'll go with flammable shot. I'd like explosive round eventually. And we'll put the veteran legionaries here, which are slightly aesthetically different. But to be honest, it's sometimes maybe better to keep the Triarii. I just sort of mass upgraded them where I could. And we'll move Gannicus Vespasian here. So he's the second-born son of Quintus, eager to learn and earn the name of the House of Aemilianus. Yeah, so depending on succession-wise, so I've got a bit of a plan, like I said. When Quintus falls, it's Fullo. When Fullo falls, it goes to Mark Antony. But once there's... Oh God, I hope we don't have a civil war. Because, like, once faction leaders die like that, you can have a huge power vacuum. I'll go on to that in a minute, but let's have a look at the units. So there were the veteran legionary cavalry. There's your basic slingers that have been fighting for so long. But here are the Marian Reform legionaries we have for the first time. A very heavy melee infantry. They have fantastic attack stats. They also are equipped with, I think the Roman legionary normally had between like 4 to 6 peeler that he was forced to carry. Here are the veteran legionaries. These are the veterans that have been fighting with us since, well, it's only been, well, yeah, it started in 277, I think. So we've actually been playing as Rome for 27 years officially. So some of these guys, maybe earlier on in their career, have been fighting for this entire campaign. A Roman legionary service was about 20 to 25 years from what I can remember before they can retire. Also, our ballistas have been upgraded as well. These guys have crazy looking axes to shoot the ballista, but also be quite defensive as well. But let's have our first battle against the Celtiberians, which will be fun. Hopefully this is the first of many to come in an Iberian conquest. So let's continue on. So we are in a defensive position. Now, because we have ballista in Rome too, what tends to happen is, regardless of if it's defensive or offensive, if you've got ballista, it's going to turn into a defensive fight. Let's just hope they can arc their shot up and over. And already, the toggle fire at will has just hit some units here already. So here are the Iberians. They do have a couple of lightly armoured forces as we push towards the centre. There's a stand. There's a nice block there. Oh my god, she's a nice block. He's a nice block. It's a doe, isn't it? Female deer, a doe, a deer, a female deer. Ah, here come the Iberians. Just break out into song. They also have some decent cavalry, but it's mostly their infantry that worries me about the Celtiberians. Townsfolk is like a medium infantry, and they've also got some mercenaries there. So let's allow my artillery to try and put some pressure on and rain fire and death upon them. My skirmishers are on fire at will. So I'm curious to see, stat-wise, how well these legionaries actually perform compared to the earlier Principes and the plebeian reform Principes and stuff as well. In a disciplined formation. Of course, like stat-wise, they're going to outperform them because that's pretty obvious. But I'm talking about the tactics and the surrounding, and then in the disciplined formation, because the triple axis structure and formation is still being a viable strategy in our Let's Play an Army build. So the legionaries are holding here for now, and their cavalry is starting to flank. They actually don't have too much cavalry, so we're going to be able to pin them down where we can. So let's countercharge them. Also, that's interesting. So now our cavalry is going to perform a lot better compared to earlier episodes and battles, because Equites were technically only a medium cavalry unit, and they did struggle against the Massalians, for example, who brought companion cavalry, and most of the barbarians do have decent cavalry as well. So hopefully, with these very heavy legionaries, they can actually stand and fight and be made to take a bit of a brunt. Obviously, we'll give some help with spears and infantry where we can. So the Celtiberians are pushing towards the front line here, and the Roman legionaries at the front are holding, while the veterans are keen and ready to pierce and push where we can. So we're already getting some fantastic animations here, and they seem to be routing a majority of them. Hack and slash, bring them down, men. And we're even fighting barbarian women there. A nice strike there. Good on you, Titus Pullo. Lucius Varenus, hold the flank. Right, so let's reform this up a bit as well, because we're getting a little bit hit here. And swing you around there to help as well. So already they're smashing upon my legionaries like water on rock. There seems to be a cluster here on the left hand side, so I'm going to try and get some shots off with the ballista. That wasn't very good. Maybe that's the last of that. Okay, so we still seem to be holding for now. They're taking a little bit of casualties here. Maybe it's because there's so many skirmishers hitting us. Okay. Maybe try and focus on their general. We might be able to knock him out. If we can get rid of him, that's going to cause a huge morale debuff for them. Let's drop some buffs for us now, speaking of it. Pull back here. My cavalry's getting swarmed. We're going to have to send the veteran legionaries just a turn at least, and then eventually push. So they're sending in their general. That's fine. They can swing there. But yeah, I'm really surprised. It just sometimes happens in the game. Like, I'm really surprised at how underperforming the Gauls were. Carthage are amazing, but the Gauls, not so much. I thought the invasion of Gaul might have been a little bit different. I wanted to sort of invoke Caesar's conquest, but you never know. That's the sandbox. That's what makes Rome 2 and Total War beautiful. It's the sandbox nature of the campaigns, ensuring that every single campaign is different, just due to RNG. Okay, they've unfortunately routed there, which is a shame. I don't know why, even though they're at like half strength, but whatever. We'll try and cycle charge there where we can. We're still holding off the Celtiberians, and we'll try and get my skirmishers to focus and phase some of these guys out. But yeah, maybe, like, there will be a Gaulish invasion, but it's probably going to be towards modern-day Normandy. That's where the strength is going to be. The Averni are weak, but it's going to be the Nervii and a couple of the coastal Gauls that are holding on. Now, speaking of holding on, we're still doing quite well here. The veteran legionaries are really earning their worth. Yeah, check out this. There's actually like a cool variety of Iberian women fighting for their freedom and homeland in the heart of Hispania, which we'll eventually call it. But they're doing well. There's probably more animations because they're actually like properly fighting and holding against other units, because like normally the Principes had spears and stuff, didn't they? Okay. They're weirdly wavering in some points. Maybe it's due to just the natural general bonuses of Iberians. Oh, what? Oh, I'm getting sick of this. That's the second time that's happened. Oh, I've tried to shoot on an angle and I've destroyed my own engineer. Oh my god, there must be this one engineer that like hates me for that. Oh no. Because manually firing is such a viable strategy. Like, if you guys haven't watched episode 6, or was it the Massalian battle? Really showed it off. So we're still holding for now. My cavalry on the right here can reform because we're going to have to cycle charge. That cavalry unit came back and they're cycle charging as well. Yeah, come over here. These archers, maybe it's the skirmishers as well. Maybe they're picking me off a bit. We've been dealing so much with their own cavalry and units on this side. We haven't really pushed out and disrupted them. We don't have to kill those very light Iberian slingers. We just need to stop them from firing upon us. We'll go with the veteran legionary cavalry charge here, just to help out the veteran legionaries holding. You can see they're different by the white on red shields. And these guys are tremendously holding the line. Brave legionaries! Hold where you can. And now my cavalry is disrupting their skirmishers. Yeah, what a crazy episode. So, we're still continuing to pick apart Gaul and take territories where we can, but we're probably going to halt on that front. We've got a minor rebellion there, which is fine, we can deal with. It's just because I rotated way too quickly down to Iberia. But I'm surprised they essentially had territory Carthage, like, up near Navarre. Like, on the border of the Peloponnese. That's a tremendous kill there. Good on ya! The animations are just flying. Maybe there's more. Maybe, like, sword animations come out a lot more than spears. I just feel like I've seen a lot more in this fight compared to others. Skirmishes are still doing well, and we're still holding where we can as well. Maybe because some of the Iberian units are a lot weaker and a lot less armoured. So once we knock out the Celt-Iberians here, we're going to be able to push into the heart of their city. There's still a fair few others, like there's the Lusitani faction. There's about 4 or 5. Eventually all will fall. We want to focus on eliminating Carthage, then we can pick apart these small Celt-Iberian tribes. But these guys are called Celt-Iberian. I think they're all under the compass of it, though. Right, maybe reinforce this, because they're actually surrounding the veteran legionaries there, and they're not doing too well. We'll line up with Gannicus Vespasian. Also that as well. This army's probably going to slightly underperform stat-wise compared to other battles, because we're not fighting with a, 10, 12 rank general, a consul. We're fighting with a new upstart who's been given the reins, and eventually, hopefully, he can control command. So yeah, family tree-wise, I kind of got a little bit distracted. I wanted to mention this. Yeah, so we've got a line of succession, but once it sort of gets to the children, we'll go by rank, I think. I don't particularly want to go by matrilineal lineage straight on. Like, I don't want to have Quintus, his son, his biological son, and then followed by that. I think what we'll do is we'll sort of go down the Roman plan of, we want to have men of the House Aemilianus, because this makes things a lot easier for me. But I want to be... That's another good animation there. We want to basically go with the highest, strongest adult figure of the House of Aemilianus to be the commander-in-chief. I think that's what we'll do. So, depending on if one of the sons of Quintus is a fantastic commander, his gravitas just shoots up due to, depending on where he's fighting, because I'm going to be splitting the brothers up throughout the ancient world, but some of them, depending on results, they might just naturally get more battles, so then, therefore, they get more gravitas and they have better underlining traits. So, it could very well be, even though it's more than likely going to be a consulship between Marcus Aemilianus Antonius, Mark Antony, and probably his brother Gannicus, but it could be Spurus, it could be someone else. We'll just have to see. But anyway, I'm getting carried away here. That's the plan. I like trying to plan and role-play my dynasties out. We're actually going on the offensive here now, so we actually can drop some of these... Oh my god, we can drop these Celt-Iberians that are charging against us. But our Peeler are going to be smashing them. So, a veteran legionary and a normal legionary is engaging now, and we're throwing back the Iberians from whence they came. Well, we're the invading force here, I guess. It really should be the other way around. They really should be saying that to us. So there's only a couple more skirmishes holding out here. But overall, I'm happy with how the army performed. The triple axis formation is still a viable strategy, but maybe there was more losses. I'm just trying to reflect and sort of analyze my own gameplay here. Man, they're continuing to fight there. Oh my god! This is awesome. What a fight. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. We've got them here. Yeah, maybe I didn't isolate the slingers as much. Maybe it's more so to do with the general ranking of Gannicus. Maybe. And we have victory. So Gannicus lost a little bit. Not too bad though. Wow, they actually... Oh. Maybe that's it. I didn't realise how much they outnumbered me more. because I was like, I saw 4 and I was like, yeah, it's 4. It's actually 4.7. So they nearly outnumbered me by 2 whopping thousand. Yeah, maybe that was it. They just sort of swarmed me. We only lost 1 unit of legionary cavalry and 1 legionary unit, which is fine. But now we're going to be able to push further south once my other army comes into range, and we'll take another territory in Iberia. Good on you, Gannicus. You did well. He's even got a couple of children himself. So our lineage is secure for now. Quintus is 71. Yeah, so it's eventually going to happen. Alright. Welcome to the top of the turn. We're going to be trying to take the capital of the Celtiberians. Yeah, the Celtiberia. Oh, Celtic Iberia. That's what they're actually called. So calling these guys Celtiberians rather than just calling like the Lusitani Celtiberians, this is actually more accurate. Anyway, we'll move in Consul Fullo now to push into Iberia. And now we're going to be able to take this city as a really good staging ground to push into the Carthage-held cities. So, we'll take it now, after defeating the remnants of the army. And, yes, so it's technically... They're brothers, aren't they? But not biological, Fullo. Technically, it's his adoptive brother. And they have nephews to each other, which is interesting. Right, sweet. The Celtiberi are no more. Well, guys, unfortunately on that note here, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. This is what we currently occupy as Rome. We have territory in Iberia now. We've managed to throw out the Carthaginians from North Africa. We managed to actually fight the Arverni, technically, but there was mostly just the peasants and farmers left behind because they're fighting the barbarians so much in the north. I saw 2 full stacks in their territory of another faction. Like, they are really getting smashed out. So, yeah, maybe the conquest of Gaul will have to come at a later date. So thank you very much for watching episode 8. Stay tuned for episode 9, coming out very soon. So where we are in the campaign, we've still got to get rid of the Carthaginians. We need to consolidate and take all of Iberia. So we've got to take out some more Celtiberians. For now, the Numantians and the Geti, I think it's like the desert nomads towards the south, are being quite passive, but I don't trust them. Even though Rome historically sort of left them and never pushed there because logistically and supplies-wise it was too difficult, maybe we're going to have to. So, once we've got Celtiberia under our control, where should we go? The world is our oyster. Should we push over the Alps, maybe betray the Helvetii, finish off the ethnically Gallic tribes in Gaul, sort of have the entirety of Gaul, modern-day France, under our control? Or maybe we should start up an invasion in Greece. Just the way we're going, I think it's better to sort of control what was the Western Roman Empire. But before I invade, like, Britain or something, we probably should invade Greece. We've still got Egypt and the breadbasket of the East. We've still got Illyria to deal with. So there's a lot more conquest and episodes still to come of the Total War Rome 2 Emperor Edition Divide et Impera series. Thanks, guys. Much love from Australia. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series, and if you'd like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye.